Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, and more. Follow Elliot in the Morning everywhere social at EITM Online.
Eric Hutchinson!
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. You can't see, but I'm wearing a tuxedo for you today. I always love these interviews, so I wanted to get dressed up, respectful.
Can I tell you, when was it? We just saw you a couple of weeks ago out at, just ran into you at dinner. But you know what? Did I seem very uncomfortable?
What am I supposed to say here?
No, I want you to be honest. Here's why. So we were out at dinner, right? So the show was out at dinner, and we were at a place called Emilio's Balada, right, on the Lower East Side. And so we were there. We were having dinner with some of the people from Alt 92.3 and from Odyssey, right? And everything's fine and everything's good. And then the way that and it's a very itty-bitty small restaurant. And so the way that my chair was seated, I didn't know it was you at the time, but I yelled to Tyler, I was like, dude, the guy who just walked in, who does that look like? And he was like, oh my God, it doesn't just look like him, it is him. And it turned out, and it was great. And it turned out it was you. And you were very kind. And we hugged in the middle of the restaurant. By the way, that restaurant is fantastic. Like, that restaurant is great. But here's where I felt awkward is, and then you came over and you said hi to Diane and Kristen and Kaplan and Sodolano. Like, you were very kind. But I felt so uncomfortable because I didn't really introduce anybody. I didn't know what to say. It was very awkward. And then you go back outside. The place doesn't take reservations. But then Eric Hutchinson, rock star, goes outside and is standing in line. And I'm sitting there like trying to figure out, am I going to eat dessert or am I just going to let Kaplan eat all of that by himself? And the whole time I feel like a putz, like I'm a stupid disc jockey, and there's like a worldwide touring rock star standing in line outside. I felt horrible.
Well, there's lots to unpack there, but first I would just like to get my own plug in for Emilio's Balado in New York City. They're the best, truly my favorite restaurant, and it's good to see not just me, but big-time celebrities. They've got pictures all over the walls of all the people you might see there.
Yes.
Mr. Barack Obama, Selena Gomez, the only two people that matter to me.
Right, of course. And doesn't one of like the owner's son dated like Katie Holmes or something?
That's true, I believe, and I've gotten to be friendly with one of the sons, Mario, and it's like a family-run business, so I love supporting them.
Right. Well, and they love you too. That's why, Mr. Hutchinson, if you'll just wait outside, as soon as the disc jockey group is done, we'll clear a space for you.
Well, I'm sorry if you felt awkward. I felt awkward because, well, I think you just, I get it. You didn't want to play host. You play host for a living. You're like, I'm off the clock here. I don't want to introduce anybody. I'm just trying to eat my spaghetti and meatballs. So I get it. It was loud in there. I felt awkward as well. I was hoping we could talk about this. I'd like to spend the entire interview talking about just this if possible, because I think we both need to download a lot from it. Just seeing each other out in the wild, just confusing, especially these days. But no, don't feel bad. I did actually end up getting your table afterwards. So
excellent. Oh, I hope you got my gum from underneath it.
Yeah, that was yours. Okay, got it. Good.
Anyway, okay. So aside from my awkwardness at dinner, how we're, and we didn't even really get to talk. Like, that was the other part. We left, and I was like, we hugged, but we didn't really talk about anything. It was just like, hey, you got to go back outside.
Yeah, that's the cold business of New York, man. It's all business.
Anyway, how are you? How are things?
I'm good. I think I'm good. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, and happy to be doing it. Yeah, right. We just premiered my new song. Actually, it was the first time I've heard it on the radio via the phone, so that's cool.
I could tell you this, and we'll get into that. And again, that's the only song off the EP or the record that I've heard. I don't know how much of it is like that. And like I said, we'll get to it. But if the whole record is like that, first of all, I love the idea behind the record. I love everything that kind of surrounds it. But if it's all like that, I like what it's going to sound like.
Good. Well, I think you'll like how it sounds. It's called Singalong with Eric Hutchinson. I've always wanted to make a sing-along album.
Okay, I said we get to that in a minute. I
didn't know how many minutes we were talking about. Yeah.
I want to start with Hutch Weekend.
Okay.
Now, I know it's not this coming weekend, it's the following weekend, and it's in the you're doing it in the Outer Banks down in Avon, North Carolina. But isn't this something? Haven't you been doing this in New York for a while?
Yes, good memory. We've been doing it. It's part of my Hutch Club. We've been doing it in New York. Obviously, we had to go virtual for the last couple of years, but now we're back and we're moving it down to the Outer Banks, and we've added some artists, and so it's me and ballroom teams and Tony Luca. It's a whole cruise on land, I like to say.
Oh, you know what? That's well put.
Yeah, it's like on a beach, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm not really sure what to expect myself, but it's going to be. I mean, it's going to be at the beach, and it's going to be live music, and people are going to be all together. It sounds like 2019 to me. Sounds pretty good.
Was there any reason that was it just like, you know what, like things are like COVID's done. Let's go to the beach and let's go have fun. Like, was it just were people pissed or were people cool with the idea? I like changing it up like that.
I don't know yet. I'll see when we get there if it's a hostile crowd or if it's people are excited. But I just saw on Twitter a couple people flying in from Turkey, from London. So we're going international. We're bringing it all together. Yeah, so I think it'll be a good time. And yeah, we're just we're taking a risk. We're moving it down there. There's a promoter named Bill Bunce that does some shows down there, and he said, "Hey, we want to do this." And I thought, let's give it a try. So I'm slightly nervous for it all, but I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be a bunch of nice people, and I always say I like being the excuse for nice people to get together and have a good time.
Exactly. And so like I was looking at some of the stuff, and it's not just, yes, obviously you're performing, and like you said, there's other artists there as well, but like there's all kinds of activities and stuff. Like, I give you credit, taking over a resort like this, like you've really planned everything out nicely.
Yeah, I think it'll be lots to do. You get there and you can do some kayaking or waterboarding or whatever you're into, and it's going to be fun.
One of the excursions that I kind of dog-eared, if you and I were going to do something together, tandem.
Are you coming? Are you coming this year?
Depends on how you answer this question. Tandem parasailing?
Wow. I'm a hard no on that one.
Well, then I guess I won't be there.
Oh, boy.
Wait, why are you a hard no on parasailing?
It's not. I'm not really much of a thrill seeker in that kind of. I don't. My life's exciting enough.
Wait. So okay. So what if I were to ask Eric Hutchinson? If you say you're not much of a thrill seeker, I'm assuming we were talking about bungee jumping earlier. No.
I would like to think I could do it, but I just feel like when I got up there, I would not be into it. Where do you guys all fall on that?
Oh, I'm in. You've
gone like 12 times.
Yeah, I've done it. I've done it a good amount of times. I went with, I can't remember if it was Salt, Peppa, or Spinderella, but it was with two of them.
It would be great if it was Salt and Peppa. That just rolls off.
Yeah, I know. And so that would be a hard no. Like, but what is an adrenaline event for you?
Eating at Emilio Bellato. Eating dinner is a pretty good adrenaline rush for me. Going on stage, I suppose. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not one of those guys that needs to. I don't have the need for speed.
Okay, no, that's fine. Listen, that's fine. That's totally fine. Now, but I will say, while I'm up there parasailing now by myself, the resort does look really nice, though. The place that you're doing it at, what is it? The Koru Village. I looked that up.
Yeah.
That's very nice, Eric.
Yeah, I'm really, the whole thing's going to be cool. We've done it in New York before, but this is kind of more of a full experience. So I think people are going to come and get to see some music, but also actually have a vacation. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And I've actually never really been to the Outer Banks, so I'm excited to get down there. And we're doing a couple shows on the way there and making it a whole thing. So,
dude, the Outer Banks you'll love it there. Honestly, you will have a blast.
Great. Have you been there a bunch?
No,
Never been.
I've been there twice. My guess is you're not going to go jumping or why can't I think of it?
Jockey's Ridge?
Yeah, where you go kite sailing off of the sand dunes. That's a bit fast for you.
Wow.
No, don't know.
So
Wow.
I don't
You're into all this stuff. You're into the extreme sports.
The
Kites.
But kites. Yeah, no, but like you go flying in those. Yeah, no, you won't do it. Anyway, let's switch over to the record. Sing Along with Eric Hutchinson. Now, go back to what you were saying. You've always wanted to put out a sing-along record?
I just like the idea of like a group of people all singing together, and I've got a young daughter, and we've been doing a lot of singing at the dinner table, and I've just been thinking a lot about like when everyone's singing together, it's a very communal, unifying thing. And especially after the last couple of years of doing a lot of solo Zoom shows and just kind of making music by myself, I thought it would be fun to get a bunch of musicians together and record it all live in the studio. So that's what we did.
And then but it's not, I just want to be clear, it's not all like kids sing-along songs.
It's not kids' music at all. Yeah, it's and it's not necessarily like the bouncing ball kind of sing-along either. It's more just like I was like, got a whole bunch of people together. We didn't use headphones. It was just like set up a couple of mics, and it was just like a very kind of old-fashioned recording process. And it's just a lot of, it's me, but I'm singing with 7 other people, so it's very kind of group-minded. And I wrote the songs like that too, where I was like, these songs have to be able to be sung by a lot of people together. It's not just. So it changed the way I approached the songs, and maybe how many words I put or how complicated I made the melody.
So can I ask like a nerdy musician question then?
Please.
Like, is that for like, listen, yes, you have a band and you have people that perform with you, but you're writing songs for you to sing. Is it hard to switch your brain and do that where you're writing for a group and it's not necessarily just through you? That seems like it would be totally foreign.
It was a challenge, but in a fun way, because I could come up against something where I'd say, oh, usually maybe I do something like this, or I'd try to be more flashy with the vocal. But this was like, okay, this needs to be something that hopefully anybody could sing, even though all the people singing on the album were very musically talented and everything. But yeah, so I tried to repeat things more. It's something. I was thinking a lot about like, how do you make a song easily sing-alongable? Hopefully by the end of it, how it goes. So I just kind of, it was a guiding force. So it was nice. Was it harder than you thought it would be, or did it come to you more naturally than you thought it would? I mean, writing it was good, but the hard part was getting everyone organized. And it was like we recorded it right in the middle of the Omicron breakout. So it was like, okay, we're going to try to get all these people together and sing in one room. And we can't really do rehearsals right now. So we're trying to save our one get together. So it was a lot of like Zoom rehearsals and making sure people knew what their singing parts were. And so it was a lot of like organizing. And then when we actually got there, everything was great and really smooth, and everyone was just in the best mood. And we filmed all of the songs being recorded live, so you can actually watch when the songs start to come out. You can watch the actual recording. It's all one take, and it's very kind of organic. So that's pretty cool. I'm excited. I think people will dig it. I had a great time doing it, and to me, some of it was kind of uncentering me from some of the music and allowing myself to blend into a group and to be a part of something bigger than me. And I think people will dig it. I was reading something, Eric, where you were talking about the record and the single, Everybody's Got a Beating Heart, but you were talking about anybody who's got a voice can sing. And listen, I can't sing, right? I don't have the voice. You could probably tell that from the numerous times we've met. I'm not getting on stage anytime soon and grabbing a microphone and sing. I can't sing. But it does. You can project. I think you're
you can
halfway
sing.
there.
You just can't sing well, maybe. Right?
Okay. No, but that's what I was going to say. You had a great quote. No, I'm being serious. Where you said, everybody who has a voice can sing. And I think, but Diane's right. I get caught up on I'll sing by myself, but I'm not singing in front of anybody because I know that I can't sing well. But that's your whole point, is these songs aren't meant for you to be, you're supposed to sing these in a group with a large group or small group, but just with a group of people. So even if you're like me, where it's like, I know I can't sing. I got a horrible voice to begin with. I can't sing. Well, not really the place to laugh there, Eric. But but these songs are for people like you.
I think so. I mean, by the way, just hearing Diane in there, I feel like Diane's got a nice singing voice. I feel like I'm picturing sort of a sultry Billie Holiday kind of crooner situation, you know.
Thank you for the compliment, but no.
No, Diane can't sing. No. Diane can't sing.
No.
Wow.
Hold on. I see him waving. Tyler can sing. Tyler can sing.
Almost
Well, this is
professionally.
my whole thing. I think, I mean, not to get too over the top with it, but I do think, you know, we like to point at people and say, this person can sing, this person can't sing. Usually anyone who can sing has spent a bunch of time getting good at it, you know. Like, I think it's a skill like anything else. Like, to me, it's like saying, I'm not a carpenter. I'm like, yes, you're not actively a carpenter, but I bet if I gave you a hammer and you just put a good 10 years into it, you'd probably be pretty decent.
Do you practice singing a lot?
I mean, I sing in the shower and stuff. I try not. I take my singing too seriously, probably, where I got to like warm up my voice and like all this stuff. So I don't do it like casually, really. But yeah, I mean, I sing all the time. I've learned that something I do is I'll get something stuck in my head and I'll just sing it to myself over and over again. But I don't realize that everyone else is super annoyed with me while I'm doing it.
And then last thing, Eric, that I wanted to ask is, I know we're early in the season and you've been planning this big weekend getaway that we're having. Are you following baseball yet or no?
Absolutely.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
Attaboy.
Counting down the days till Adley Rutschman gets called up and the Orioles, the new era begins.
Yeah, that could be any day now. That could come any day.
Every day I'm waking up, I'm like, it could be the new era today.
Hey, are you doing fantasy this year or no?
Yeah, always doing the fantasy. I'm in a Dynasty League with a bunch of my good friends I grew up with, so it's pretty intense. What about you? Are you doing?
Oh yeah, no, of course I am. Please, it's the second greatest sport in the world. You know that. All right, let me make sure that I recap. The EP comes out August 5th. Singalong with Eric Hutchinson. Hutch Weekend in the Outer Banks. It's not this weekend. It's the following weekend. But like you did point out, there are some shows that lead up to that. It's the road to Hutch Weekend. May 17th, Rams Head on stage in Annapolis. May 18th, the 930 Club in D.C. May 19th, Elevation 27 in Virginia Beach. And then obviously the 20th and the 21st, Hutch Weekend in the Outer Banks. Eric, I hope it goes great in the Outer Banks, and we will dine together again on the Lower East Side sometime very soon.
Sounds good. Next time we dine together. I like that.
Yeah, because then you don't have to wait outside until I'm done.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm just excited to sit at your table eventually.
All right, Eric, I appreciate it. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, guys. Have a good day.